Welcome to Profound Frivolity. We're your hosts, Dustin,
Oren.
And Gray.
and in this podcast, we're going to be telling stories that you didn't know you wanted to hear.
So grab a drink,
And some good and plenty.
because this is Profound Frivolity. Welcome to Profound Frivolity episode 62.
Oh, yes. Have we ever actually, opened an episode by saying, the episode number?
Nope.
I think we have.
Yeah, we have just now.
Oh,
It's nice now.
I don't know.
Welcome to episode 61. Wickham.
Wickham. It's 62.
I know, I'm just...
That could be a t-shirt. Wickham.
Wickham?
Wiccam? Period.
No, it's UM.
Okay.
Open up.
Wickham.
It's Officer Wickham.
Any merch idea? Question mark?
I like how I just randomly said that, and now...
Merch idea? No. Yeah, I mean,
Wickham,
didn't we put it in a bloopers?
Maybe.
Episode?
Yeah.
probably. Yeah.
Something like that?
Just me saying, Wickham for 20 minutes
Yes!
straight.
Wickham.
Anyway,
Let's get into today's episode topic.
today doesn't have a topic.
Yeah.
It's just, this is another
We
story
may figure out
bucket.
a topic along the way. You know?
We tend
know.
to. Ever since we've started recording at night, we're more interesting people.
Yeah.
and we've been told that by our audience. So
The longer we stay awake, the cooler we are.
let's just not sleep.
Let's
Let's
just
sleep.
never sleep, be the coolest people
For our
ever, and then die.
70th episode or something, we should pull an all-nighter,
and just record
and record the entire thing.
Yeah,
but then we can crop out
Yeah.
everything except the good part. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which
Mhm.
will be
We should totally
few and
do
far
that. Yeah.
between.
That'd
It'll
be
just be us
awesome.
laughing hysterically, and then just silence for 2 hours.
Yeah,
and then just a fart,
So
and
we,
then just more laughing.
Yeah, we'll cut out all
And
the
then
silence.
we'd cry.
Yeah, no, we cry until the
Yes.
morning.
And then we get scared and we record that. Oh, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's literally do it.
Okay.
Okay, anyway.
Anyway.
Oren, you had a story.
I do. Okay, so I feel bad for things really easily.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a softie. Yeah. You're a softie.
Yeah,
going.
everybody loves me. I'm adorable. Anyway,
I'm actually not gonna argue with that.
I will.
anyways, I remember one time I was at a friend's house and I was playing that one card game called Exploding Rabbits.
What?
Exploding kittens.
No, it's not that. It's by the same people though.
Oh.
What?
It was
really
like
were scrambling for a new name, weren't they? They're like, exploding
no, but this
rabbits?
game was genuinely better. I remember I've played
Yeah?
both and I like this game a lot
Is
better.
it the same kind of concept?
It was
of,
like tactical rabbits or like
I don't know, but yeah.
murder rabbits. Killer bunnies.
Killer bunnies.
It's
yeah.
called Killer Bunnies. All right.
Wow.
Anyway, I was playing the game Killer Bunnies with a friend of mine.
Oh my gosh.
I'd just woken up from spending the night at his house, and we were just playing Killer Bunnies. And I remember
gotta
I
love
placed what I thought was a really good card, and then he placed a card that countered it.
Oh,
I was like, oh, that's a bummer. So I said the word crud.
Yo, that's not cool.
bro. get
All
out
right,
of
and
here.
fast forward,
Christianity illegal.
I think it was around 2 years. I felt bad for that almost every day for at least a couple minutes for saying the word crud.
Bro.
Oh my god.
I genuinely felt
Oh my
really
gosh.
bad for it. I thought it
Dude.
was
Crud.
I thought it was a horrible
Have y'all
swear
ever
word.
okay, so you know how you can feel, sympathy towards another person,
Yeah.
and you can feel secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt very strong secondhand the same idea of empathy, but really strongly, and you feel for them so much
Because
that,
of
you
experience?
could cry. No.
That's
So
that's
Yeah.
just sympathy.
yeah, but really
Empathy is when you've
really
experienced
hard. And
it.
you can for years, and it's something over literally nothing. So y'all know my
Yeah.
dad is a very good storyteller, and one time he was telling us this story about for a little bit he had an intolerance to spinach. It was really weird.
That's
And
awesome.
it kind of messed with his bowels, if you know what I mean. And he told us this story once about how he was, like, running late or something for, like, an important meeting, or he was just trying to get home. I don't remember. But, like, there was, like, traffic, and then he accidentally went down in the wrong way, and then, like, the road was closed or whatever, and the whole time he has to, like, go to the bathroom really bad, you know, in all the special ways, or, you know, whatever. And,
What?
like, you know, like,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
poop, but, you know, you know.
Wait, what? You said throw
Diarrhea.
up? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll just say it right now. He had to go diarrhea, alright? He just, that's what was
all the
up.
special. What are you talking about?
My butt's gonna throw up.
Ew. And so he's just telling us his story, you know, he's just, you know, telling us about his day, being funny, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I legitimately felt so bad for him that I thought about it that night, and I literally started crying. I was like, that must have been so horrible. I know, it's crazy.
How old were you?
I was like 12. And, you know, he was telling us the story, and it was supposed to be funny, like, oh, yeah, I had to go to the bathroom really bad. And I'm over here like, that must have been horrible. And I was, like, crying. And literally, like, for months, every now and then I would think about it, and I would get really sad for him. And it's just, like, that's super weird, you know?
Yeah,
It's
that's weird.
it's diarrhea, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah. I mean, I cry over weird things, though. Like, I don't cry when I'm in pain. I just kind of get angry.
Yeah.
But, like,
I don't get mad.
I get mad.
Yes.
Whenever, like a really good song comes on, and it's a song that, like, I really like, if it's sad or not, the first time I hear it and I realize, like, it's a really good song that I like,
Yeah.
I'll probably cry.
Same. I cry to
Yeah.
music
That's
all the time.
horrible.
When-
I do that too. I thought it was just like a emotional girl thing. Ugh. No,
Or, like,
but-
when I'm thinking of, like, this sounds so weird, and, like really weird, like, at least to me. When I'm thinking of painting. Yeah, when I think about
That's not weird.
painting, like, I'll, like, imagine a picture, and then imagine, like, painting it, and imagine, like, why I'm painting it, even though I'm not painting it. But, like, in my imagination, why am I painting this picture? What's going on in this picture that, like, I can't paint? Like, I'm painting, like, a picture of, like,
Yeah.
a house. What's going on inside? And I'll create this story, and, like, I'll be like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, it's
Like-
so touching.
You should write.
And then I'll just
like,
cry.
write stories.
I do.
I forgot you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I
But
feel
most
like
of them are, like, violent.
I've thought of that kind of way, like the significance behind something that would make you want to capture it creatively.
Yeah.
Like, that can be emotional.
Right, but, like,
Same,
I'm
like, with
not
art,
even painting
you know?
it. Like, I'm not even... It's just, like...
No,
like,
same.
Last
But
night,
it's
I
still,
was
like,
thinking
figurative.
about drawing this picture, and this, like, isn't, like, funny. Like, I know this is kind of like a tangent. But, like, I was imagining drawing a picture of my grandparents' house, and, like, imagine putting, like, all my favorite things in it, like my dog, their old horse, it's snowing, their hot tub, they're, like, icy.
Putting it snowing inside.
Yes. They're, like, so they have this, like, balcony. No. It's like a, kind of like a hallway, but, like, it's outside. I forgot what you call that. But it's
Balcony.
balcony.
Yeah.
But it's like a hallway. It's like leading from one house to another.
Oh.
What do you call that?
Secret passages.
Yeah, it's just like a bridge almost. And, like, in the winter, it would get, like, super cold and icy, so you would run across it as fast as you can, and it'd be so cold, like, your feet would, like, burn from the ice. And then you, like, jump at the hot tub and, like, die because it was also cold outside. So, like, I was imagining, like, painting all these things and, like, painting the back door, but, like, not painting humans in it, but, like, imagining what was going on inside. And I was like, that's so sad. And, like, I started, like, I didn't cry, but, like, I thought about crying. And I was like, no, I won't cry.
Maybe I
this
should
time.
cry.
I won't, though. You know?
Yeah.
I decided not to.
Yeah. Music is super, like, it's a big part of my life. It's not like,
Yeah. I
You
almost
know.
always have headphones on. And,
yeah,
like, it's
I'm
weird 'cause,
always
like,
listening to music. Some people split up their music in, like, different playlists. I don't.
Nope.
Because for me, like, literally my playlist is 19 hours long. Okay? Because, like, if I like the song, I want to listen to it no matter what I'm doing, you know? But
Yeah.
if I hear a song for the first time that's very, like, you know, harmony is what gets me. Harmony comes more naturally to me than melody. And so if a harmony is really good on a song and, like, you know, the beat
But don't
is
you
really
need
good
to
and
know the melody to harmonize with it?
sometimes not.
Okay.
You know? Like, I can sing harmony without having the... I mean, I would have to know the melody, but,
Yeah.
you know, I don't have to listen to it. But if it's, like, really good and the vocals are really good and, you know, I don't know, it just makes me emotional. I don't know
What
why.
emotion do you call it anyway? Like everyone's like, oh, it moved me.
Because it's not, like, sad, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
but
kind of like...
it's almost like
It's like
melancholy.
awe, almost.
Well, and not even just melancholy. It feels similar, but
Melancholy.
it's
Yeah.
not quite the same. It's just like
We're gonna make a name for it right now. What are we gonna call it?
I mean, I would
It's-
call it awe, because I'm just, like, you know, blown away by the...
Right, but
well,
it's
that's
also-
not even
it's
why
like,
it is
yeah.
all the time for me
awe
anyway.
Yeah.
is more like, I don't know, like I think
It's
like
like,
a more
whoa, that's
majestic,
awesome.
You know,
Yeah.
For
I
me,
feel like
sometimes
more-
it's just like
it's like, dang, that's pretty good.
no,
Like,
it's just
"Yay!"
like being. It's like being overwhelmed, but like
Yeah.
it's
But in a
good way.
positive. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you call that? Because it's not like a happy emotion. I wouldn't say.
No,
And it's not
it's
a
just like a
sad-
lot,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you kind of just
and
wanna
it just
cry.
kind of comes out of your eyes.
Yeah, like I'm not crying. I'm just expressing this with tears.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Synonym for overwhelmed. There you go.
Yes, this is
Let's see.
professional.
This is professional. Swamped. Mm-mm.
No,
Submerged.
wrong way.
Engulfed.
Glut.
Like engulfed in emotion.
I feel glutted.
Yeah, but still, like
Overcome with emotion, just for like no reason. Touched. I mean, I guess it's like you feel like touched it, like in your soul.
Yeah, but it's like being punched.
yeah,
But like in a good way.
right.
You know?
My rib cage is collapsing. I've never felt
It's
better.
like punched, like with like CPR punching. You know?
Oh, like punched alive.
Yeah, yeah. You know. That doesn't
I'm
make sense.
gonna use that. I was punched alive by this song.
yeah.
Merch? Question mark? Punched alive.
Yeah, I'm kind of like similar with music. It's like I don't have tons of playlists. I have like 10 playlists. I literally only listen to one of them, or well,
Uh-huh.
like 2 of them. But like they have the same music on them, but just in different orders. Like actually,
Bro.
um,
But if you put it on shuffle, then like...
I don't put it on shuffle.
What?
Some playlists are best listened to in a specific order.
Yeah,
I have
that's
one.
why.
I have
like,
one.
shuffle
It's called
playlists,
Nethercore. You have to listen to it in order. Or it doesn't make sense emotionally.
Like the
Yeah.
point?
Yeah. None of them have
Like-
lyrics, by
because
the way.
like they slowly like go downhill into like what emotion I want. It's like I kind of want to feel sad right now, so I'll start out with like
Yeah.
a happy song, and I'll slowly get sadder, and then I'll be sad.
Yeah.
Or like vice
musicians...
versa. You know, vice versa.
Like musicians who make albums and they put everything in a specific order, they go a lot into like what emotion, like literally like what kind of emotional roller coaster that they want to put their listeners on. You know, like whether they want
Exactly.
to go up and then down, or like down and then up, or down and then down and then
Yeah.
loop de loop and then up. You know.
Yeah, and like
And then
Sour is such a good example of that.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, and like I used to, it's like I listen to like one playlist or like one artist for a solid month. That's all I listen to, and I just love their music. After that, I'm like, oh, these songs are so overplayed, and I'll find someone else. But like,
Yeah.
there's like a week in between where I'm just kind of like sad because I can't find any good music to listen
Yeah.
to because I've listened to all of it, and then I'll find another one, and I'll.
I've listened to all the songs in the world. I
Yeah.
need more to be written.
If you have a playlist that's 19 hours long, then you never get sick of the songs because it's always something new.
But here's the thing, but the songs I like, I want to keep listening to. A 19-hour playlist, I'll never get to the end of that, and I'll constantly be wanting to go to the top to re-listen to my favorite songs. You know.
But they're all my favorite songs.
Okay, well, does not ruin my heart to have like 19 hours worth of favorites. Sorry, only
I
like,
guess I just
only
have
like
a
45
really
minutes
big
of favorites.
heart.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We're
where
moving
were
on
we?
to, yeah, to
Did you finish your story?
We
Not
told
really.
I don't remember what it was.
um.
Oh,
Yeah, I
You
felt
said
bad
crud.
for saying the word crud. And then so like 2 years later, I was literally like crying about it
oh
to my mom. I was like, "Mom, I said crud."
How old are you? Crying.
So I said the word crud when I was like 8,
Okay, so then you're 10.
and then when I was like 10, I was like
Wow. that's-
heartbroken over
Oh
it.
my god.
that is
Like, why though?
I thought
Like,
it
you
was a
felt
terrible,
bad?
horrible word. Yeah.
Oh, so
Okay,
like you
I
felt
kinda-
guilty for saying like a bad word.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not the story I was going to tell, but I'm gonna tell this one anyway. It's not really a story; it's just more something like I did, and it's
Uh-huh.
kind of similar to along those lines. So like if I was mad at my parents,
Mhm.
I would punish them by not eating my dinner,
What the heck?
which is the weirdest way because they probably just didn't care.
Or
They're like,
didn't notice.
well, no. I would specifically be like, Mom, I am not eating cereal. I'm going to bed.
Cereal.
Well, like, if we were eating cereal. If it was, like, something I really wanted to eat, I would eat it. But, like, if it was, like, cereal, I'd be like, I'm not eating cereal. Are you kidding me? I'm going to
Why do
bed.
you have cereal for dinner?
I don't know. I don't like cereal anymore. But, like, I feel like we did. Especially on Sunday nights.
Yeah.
So, and I remember multiple times sitting in bed and crying because,
You were hungry.
well, no, because I wanted, for some reason, I had this delusion in my head that good parents would walk into the room and they'd be like, Dustin, are you okay? Please eat your cereal. We really want you to. And it was like my way of punishing them by like not eating my cereal.
Yeah.
But like,
no.
They aren't responding to
Mother,
their discipline
I
well.
refuse.
exactly. And, but like, they just wouldn't come into my room and like give me sympathy. Which is like, you know, you shouldn't
gosh.
give your like disability, like your,
Yeah.
children what
Your
they
rebellious
want.
child
Right, like you need
shouldn't-
to just kind of like let them sit there and rebel until they're like
No.
they're softened up a little
Yeah,
bit.
let them regret what they've done,
This is coming from like people who are like, we're all really good parents. Like we have tons of experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
My
Except for
children
your
are
children.
very well behaved,
No.
so I know exactly what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
But like they would never do that because like they
'Cause
were
that's-
actually good parents.
and that's
I would
dumb.
get so upset because I'm like,
They
sympathize,
hate me.
yeah,
They
sympathize with
hate
me.
me.
Starve!
And then I just like cry myself to sleep sometimes. I don't know. Usually I would like get over myself and be like, okay, fine, I'll eat
Yeah.
and fine.
I would do something sort of similar. Whenever my parents just did something I didn't like something totally random. Like, I remember one time they were like, we didn't have cheese whales.
What?
Oh.
They're like goldfish, but better.
Yeah.
They're
They're like
way
Like
literally
the
better.
Trader
whales.
Joe's version of goldfish.
Maybe. I don't know. But they're way better. Anyway, they literally do
Unpopular
taste
opinion: cheese whales are better than goldfish.
better. But I remember one time I was like, do you have cheese whales? And they were like, no. But you can have pretzels. So they offered me an alternative. And I was like, why do we only have pretzels? I don't remember if I actually said it, but I was very upset, and I verbalized that to them in some way. And they're like, well, we're sorry, but we really only have pretzels unless you want to make yourself a meal, because dinner's not for like 2 hours. And I wasn't even hungry. I remember this is like a specific time. I just really wanted cheese whales.
I get that like weird craving sometimes. Like
Just for a
just
specific
like
thing.
wanting something like maybe like a month ago.
I do that with pickles. I hate pickles so much, but I'm like, man, I'm really craving a cringe right now. I want a pickle.
I did that with ices like a month ago. And like
Oh, those are so good.
yeah, me and Gray were doing school and I was like, I really just want an
Yeah,
icy.
so we just got up and
w-
walked to the
walked
gas
to the gas
station.
station and got an icy. Or like
It was the best. We
Yeah.
should do that again.
yeah.
Can I come next? Oh,
You
Not in your
live
class.
close. And like a couple days ago, we were at church, and I was like, I just really want a McFlurry, so like
Yeah,
I went and got one.
Yeah, we went
Um,
and got.
It's probably not good for me to like just go get whatever I want.
I mean,
um,
if it's an occasional like.
It's not though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't finish my thing, so
Yes.
I was
Oh,
really,
wow.
I was really sad. So
You're just
I'm like,
crying to your mom about it.
so this was my thought process in this specific time. I was like, who was someone in the Bible who was really sad?
Job.
I didn't think of that. I was like, Mary when Jesus died. And I was like, if I act like Mary when Jesus died, my
Okay.
parents will feel bad for me.
Wait,
And
this is
they-
not the cheese whales thing?
Yeah, and they will get me. They will let
Are
me.
you
I.
serious?
It wasn't.
So
they
you wanted
will.
to like embody a character. To
Yes,
play.
specifically.
Oh my god.
And they were. And I was
Fun.
like.
What
and
is
they
this
would
kind
let-
of biblical? No.
And they were like.
What? The manipulation tactics here are so.
And I was like. And then they will let me have cheese whales
No,
because
what do
I
you-
had it in my head. Not that we didn't have cheese
But
whales,
they wouldn't let you
but
have
that they
them.
wouldn't let me have them for some reason. So I was like, well, time to cry like Mary when Jesus died. So I kept
Oh my god.
picturing. So I kept picturing in my head
Oddly specific.
Mary. What would it be like if Mary, like when Mary was crying when Jesus died? So I just did that. I went in their bedroom specifically, and I went up against the wall.
This is like, oh
and
my gosh.
and there was like a
Heresy.
window, and they were in the backyard. They had gone out in the backyard with my sister, who was like very little. And I was hoping they would see
You're
me.
like, Mama.
So what I did, you guys can't see me, but this is what I did. I'm gonna get into the middle of the room. Look at me. This is what I did against the window.
Against the wind.
Crying.
He's on his knees and like with his hands here, like he's praying, and he's just crying.
Oh my god.
And they,
about the cheese wheels?
yes, I was so
Distraught.
specifically distraught about my cheese whales that I
It is
wasn't
so
having.
funny. And like I totally
And then
understand.
this led to like a couple of days later, I was kind of still salty about it. So I ended up getting a bowl of cheese wheels because we got more. Because I was mad. What I did... No, they didn't give it to me because I was crying. It was just a snack we
about to
regularly
be like-
bought, and we had to run out.
Yeah.
They didn't even see me in the window
Yeah.
crying. I just hoped they would.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever
I
had,
totally
like,
get like doing something and being like hoping someone will see it, but
Oh
like
my
not
gosh.
acting like I
Yeah.
want them to see it. You know?
Oh my gosh.
And-
I hate people who do that like all the time.
I know.
Or maybe like, ow,
Yeah.
ow, ow,
I am hurt.
ouchie. And then you're just like waiting for somebody to ask you, and so you just try,
Yeah.
and you just don't, because you know that's what they want, and so you just,
Because we hate when people get what they want.
no.
But yeah, and then later this led to... I got cheese wheels like several days later. I don't know, because we just went shopping again. And so I was still kind of mildly upset that I never got like a reaction out of the situation.
Oh my gosh.
I dumped them all in the trash, and I got in trouble.
Yeah, that's not cool, man.
And I
Oren.
I am super big on not wasting food, like
I-
specifically
yeah.
food.
Yeah.
And
anyway,
it like peeves me.
Yeah.
that's my story.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have a break, and we'll come back with more stories.
If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, let me give you a rundown. Basically, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Here's how it works. Anchor lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer. So no matter what your setup is like, you can start recreating today. Here you go, Gray.
Then, you can distribute your podcast to the most popular listening platforms, including Spotify, with a single tap.
Easy.
Anchor is also the only place you can publish a video podcast.
Technology.
With Anchor, creators can earn money with a variety of ways, including ads and podcast
Sponsorships,
subscriptions.
Subscription.
And
Justin.
best of all, Anchor is totally free.
Totally
So you can
free.
save your hard-earned
Oh
cash.
my god.
Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
So easy.
On to the episode.
Wow.
Welcome back from the break. I'm going to tell my story. The original story that I was going to tell.
I'm here to tell my story.
This is my Disney Channel.
I'm Gray, and you're watching Disney Channel.
Dude! Mickey Mouse ears. No,
What's
so...
the Disney thing? You
Feel
know?
like the Disney, like
The-
Where they come up and they watch.
Yeah, like,
Like,
well,
they
like,
draw
you
the
know,
thing.
McDonald's
yeah.
is, you know.
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
I sound like birds do that. Well, I thought I
No, that's Disney. You just did Disney.
Da 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 da. That was horribly out
Oh,
of
wait,
tune,
no.
but that is
Wait, what's
No,
McDonald's.
that?
ba-da-ba-ba. That's McDonald's. But I did it in the wrong key.
No, it's
Yeah, McDonald's.
That's McDonald's. Yeah. We're gonna get copyright claimed. No.
But wait, that sounds so much like Disney's though. But maybe it isn't
Disney doesn't have one.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I mean, they have that one at the beginning where it's like ba ba da ba 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 da ba da na 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 ba.
Oh yeah. The
Ba na 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 na. Ba na 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 na. You landed flat.
Oh my gosh.
That was amazing.
We need to do more vocal. We need to show off our vocal talent more often.
Okay.
That was amazing.
Whoa!
All I can do is the McDonald's.
Oh,
jingle.
we know. I think what is it when, you see the little Mickey Mouse thing on the boat? There's like
That they didn't make that though.
I remember watching my favorite movie, Bolt. Bolt the dog
Oh
with
my gosh,
Penny.
I love
the
that
Bolt
movie.
terrified
I
me.
totally-
hated the plot twist. I was like,
No, me too. I hated that Penny fell in love with the other dog. That was the fake Bolt.
I thought Penny was
Penny's the girl.
feeling. Oh, like the
Yeah,
dog.
she did.
I was like, whoa,
No.
whoa.
She didn't. She was like, "This is not my Bolt," and I'm like,
Oh,
"You
no.
tell it to him, Penny. You tell it. That is not Bolt. Look at that dog. That is not Bolt. That's not my dog." And she was like, "It's not my dog." And
oh,
like,
but then she had to fake it
Exactly.
for the movie,
And
and
she's
then
like,
Bolt
"It's a
sees
movie."
it, and then breaks
yeah,
his heart.
exactly. And Penny's like, "Bolt, come here." And the real Bolt, who finally found Penny, is like, "Penny, I finally found you." But then the other Bolt, the imposter, he comes in, and Emily, I don't know, like he's saying Emily. Penny like embraces him. And he's like, "Oh, my Bolt," and he's like sad. He's like, "I've been betrayed." And then he like walks away, and I'm like,
And then he lived in a
"Dude,
cardboard
no."
box with a
Yeah, and I
cat.
totally fell for Bolt. I was like, "Bro, no, you gotta go back. It was just fake." And then he saved her from a burning building. Bolt is my bro, dude. That movie was great, and I remember watching Mickey Mouse do his little, and then it would go into where Penny and her dad were adopting Bolt, and like all the dogs are playing in their little play
That's
thing.
not how it opens up.
Yes, it is. It is how
No, it
it opens.
opens
is.
up in the middle of the movie, remember? And then
Oh,
it pans
yeah,
out and you
yeah,
realize
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
movie
yeah.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I loved that.
Yeah,
But what I hate was at the end when they're like, oh, she needs plastic surgery, so they just use
That
another
part
actress.
scared me so bad
No,
when I was little
I would
because I
pretend
thought they
that
actually
was
changed
just my
her face.
memory. I would pretend that wasn't part of the movie, but that I had made it up.
What?
I literally would pretend that I was like, no, guys, this is my favorite movie. I get to write it. That part
Why did
just
you
doesn't
hate that
happen.
part? I found it funny that
Because-
like, the company
because-
was like so dependent on her.
Until
That they just like.
years and years went by when I thought that they had actually given Penny plastic surgery, and that they.
Oh
had
yeah, I
actually,
thought that too. That
Yeah,
they had actually.
and then I was
changed
like,
her face.
oh,
Why would they do that though? Like literally, how would that happen?
I was
I
a
don't
child.
know.
All I know
Yeah.
is that I was terrified.
But the child.
But like, then I was like, oh, okay. Her mom and the dog moved away, and then they just got like a different girl to play.
Yeah.
But dude, that guy scared.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The eyes and the cats and the she. That's
It's creepy.
scary, man.
Yeah. Anyway, that was like giant sidetrack. If you guys have seen Bolt, and if you haven't seen Bolt,
Then we
Like-
sound like literal crackheads.
but it is such a good movie.
It's
I'm
great.
probably gonna watch it again after today. Yeah. So my story. Right. So I was at church. We had just moved. We like just moved buildings into this like really cool building, and we were like putting furniture in it. But there's this like little I don't know
Yeah.
like check-in stand, and it has these doors on it for like storage and stuff.
I heard about this. I wasn't there for
Yeah.
this. Dustin hasn't even told me this story, but somebody was like, "Oh yeah," and Dustin got his finger stuck, and I
Yeah.
was like, "What?" And they're like, "Oh yeah," and they had to get like soap and oil, and I'm like, "What?"
So if there's one thing you need to know about me, it's I like getting my fingers stuck.
He doesn't like it. He just like
No.
he just fiddles with
No,
things.
no, no,
So
I
they,
like
stick
getting my
his
fingers
finger, and it's just
Why?
like
I don't know.
you like enjoy it.
No. I mean,
Okay,
see,
all
sometimes-
those times he's like
Bottles?
tried on my rings and stuff. I'll be like, "Don't touch my rings."
Yeah, she's like, don't put that on your finger. It's not
I'll be
gonna
like,
come off.
"I know,"
And I'm
you're
like,
like, "Yes,
I
it
know
will."
exactly. And then I put it on, and I can't get it off until like I do.
You like
know?
the excitement or what?
I don't know.
Just like
What if it never comes off?
It's that
you
feeling.
like
It's like
the.
yeah, it's like will I get this off, or will I have to live with it for the rest of my life?
Will I have to get
You
my
know?
finger amputated? Will I have to go to the ER?
Or bottles. I used to stick my fingers in bottles and pull them out really fast, and it would go like, and it would
Yeah.
like make that noise. And then one time I couldn't get it out, and it was like so like exciting and like yeah,
Nerve-wracking
and I was like, whoa.
Well,
like, I
maybe
just
it
kept doing
terrified
So
you.
this is like your adrenaline rush.
Yes, it's like
maybe
taking
the
drugs.
first maybe
Give
the
me a
first
ring.
time it happened you were really little, so it like traumatized you, but in
Yeah.
that moment
You were like,
your brain
hold on.
like gave you a dopamine hit
Yeah,
to cope,
exactly.
and now that's built into your system.
Oh my
It's
God.
literally like taking steroids for me. It's like my antidote, not my
steroids or
antidote.
dope?
Yeah, I don't know. Whichever. Both.
You're just
That's
wow.
both. Yeah, it's like I gotta get my
Homeschooler drug. Somebody give me a ring.
so if I get it off. So anyway, these doors had locks in them that we didn't have the keys to. So my mom bought new locks to put on the door, and they're not like bolt locks. They're like actual like locks. Like you put the key in the little lock thing and you twist it. So you actually have to like build the mechanism in the door. So we took the other locks out, and there's a hole in the door. Like, you know,
And
where
you
we
put
have to
your
build the
finger
lock in it. And I was like, dang, wonder if I can stick my finger in that. So I put my pointer finger in, goes in. It took a little while to get that thing out. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like maybe 5 seconds of wiggling, came right out. And my friend Evie, she was on like our 3rd episode. She was there, and she's like, dude, like, don't put your finger in there. And I was like, why not? So, yep, there goes my fattest finger, my middle finger. I just put it in the door.
Out of spite, wasn't it? Because she said not
to prove her wrong.
To prove her wrong?
That it would come out. But it didn't.
Wait, I was there.
Oh my
No, you
gosh. Guys,
Wait,
it was at the
why is
church,
he so
yeah.
Yeah, you were
dumb?
there.
I was there.
And I don't know. And
Stupid.
but I actually thought it would come out. And like
You're
it did
stupid.
eventually. It did eventually come out.
Literally
After
bring,
they
like,
took
soap?
the door off of the
Okay, yeah.
hinges.
So
Oh my god!
And
so I was like, it's not coming out, bro. And she was like, dude, I told you it wouldn't come out. Like, okay, wiggle it. And I'm like, I can't. Like, I can't turn my finger. And I was like, okay, like I was joking at first, but like, okay, like
Funny, not funny.
I can't get my finger out. So she's like,
Oh
okay,
my
I'm gonna go get
gosh.
some hand sanitizer.
You're so
and like I was pouring
stupid.
Gatorade on it to get it
Ew.
out. So like she got soap and an ice from the cooler. So we're trying to like get my finger to go down. But like all the pulling, because like I was pulling
Got it all
really hard to get it out.
Made
It was
all
like really
swollen
hurting,
and it made it
and it
worse.
got swollen. So then we got my mom and then my aunt.
Imagine
and then
being
a
like,
couple more
"Hey,
people.
Mom."
with all the Gatorade stains, your finger literally looks like a carrot afterwards.
Yeah, it was not good.
Hey mom, can you help me? I got my finger stuck in this door.
Right, and you know, Evie was really nice. She could have just taken my wallet and ran away, and I'd just be attached to this giant like thing.
And you'd just die there.
Yeah, probably. You know, because like no one goes into that part of the building. And then my mom came, and we were like trying to get it out, and she was like, "Okay, I need you to just pull as hard as you can to get it out," and I did, and it didn't come out, and I was like, "That was as hard as I could pull. Like that really hurt. It's not coming out." In like, what do you even do? You know, like you can't saw through it because my finger is right there. You know, so
Yeah.
we took the door off of its hinges, and I just kind of like carried it around for a little bit
Oh my gosh.
until
You probably felt really dumb, didn't you?
no, I was loving the attention.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
I felt
no,
stupid.
No,
At first-
No, I just saw a hint of truth.
No, you didn't.
Totally.
Well, no, because at first I was like,
He
this
liked
is really
it.
cool.
You totally liked it, didn't you? You were like, ha ha.
At first I did, because I was like, oh, this is
He
cool.
just wants a
This is cool. My finger is in a
Yeah,
door.
right. At first, but then I actually didn't like it because it actually started to hurt, and I was actually getting worried about how I was gonna get out. Like after like
Imagine
the 10
calling
minute
the
mark,
police. I mean, like,
Okay,
911, my finger's stuck in a
But
door!
here's the thing, I thought about that. I was like, would we have to? But like, what would they do?
That we couldn't
So-
do here.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And then they're gonna like,
Yeah.
you know, like, what are they gonna do?
And
that
then
we're not
charge
gonna
us.
do? Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Like, are they gonna get tools? Because we literally have like all the tools.
We're
here.
literally like building a
right.
building
Like
right
we
now.
have saws here, so like, you know.
This is a cool church.
Yeah, we also have bombs. Just kidding, just kidding. So we got this like handyman, and he was like, okay, and he was like, kind of like, dude, you're an idiot, you know?
I mean,
about
I
it.
would. You
And I
are!
was. So he's like, okay, and he's like holding the door, and he's like, all right, just pull your finger out. And I'm like, and I was like,
Oh,
and I was like,
really?
I can't.
Thank you,
And he's like,
Einstein.
and he's like, okay, you gotta just pull it out. And I was like, I can't. I was pulling as hard as I can, and I can't. And he just twists the door and just pull it out, and I pull my finger out. Yeah. He just twisted the door, and I pulled my finger out. And, like, it hurt, and, like, it like, tore my skin off. But, like, I pulled it out. It was weird. And then it started to sting, because that's when all the soap got in.
oh my gosh. Yeah, I can just imagine y'all calling 911 and they walked over.
and I couldn't close my finger all the way. It
It was,
wouldn't
like,
go down.
swolled.
Yeah, I don't know.
Seriously though,
Yeah.
I can't see you calling 911 like, oh, my finger's stuck in a door. And they, like, come over in fire trucks or whatever.
Right,
And they're
yeah.
like, so, conclusion is, your finger is stuck in a door. That'll be $5,000!
Yeah.
Somebody, have you tried soap? Yes.
But since
Well,
then, I haven't put
that's
my
all I
finger
got.
in anything.
How many days ago was that?
Like
See this sparkling water can?
Oh
No,
my
I
God.
can't put my finger in there. It'll cut it.
It'll deglove your finger.
It'll
like,
deglove my finger. No,
Ow.
I don't put my finger in things that could be like actually
Oh my gosh.
harmful.
You know what's horrible is when you were a kid and you stuck your finger in like the lid of like. One
yes,
Of
I
oh my
was in
God.
tears at least once.
You know, like okay, fast food places when there's like.
Oh, it's like a
my
fish trap.
God.
Yeah.
It's like
Yes.
a fish trap.
It's like,
And you
whoa, this feels so cool, and then you started to pull it back. Ah!
So you would like.
And then you have to bend all
your
the
mom.
triangles upside down individually so that you can pull your finger
Yeah.
out. Oh
Okay,
my
we actually
gosh.
have a Surinamese fish trap that like is like literally like a giant one of those with like all this spiky wood that like goes in. It looks like the inverse of the monster that like lives in the sand in the one Star Wars movie.
What?
You know that
A
thing?
sarlacc.
A sarlacc. Yeah, those big things in the sand that
the
like
under-
open their mouth
yeah.
and they have all those like weird teeth that are like not teeth. They look kind of like bendy and stuff.
Yeah.
It's that, but like inverse. So like you're like, oh, it's like all smooth. It's just wood that like goes in, you know. But when you look
Oh,
at it from
you
the,
thought
exactly. But from the other side, there's like spikes that like latch on. So you can like if you catch a fish, you can easily just slip a fish in there. But when
Yeah.
they flop around, they can't get out. So I just put my hand in it. Just put my
Are
entire
you
arm.
serious?
I put my entire arm, and it is so much worse than getting your finger stuck in one of those. Because that you could have like 4 triangles you peel back. This one, I can't just like break it. It's my dad's, right?
Yeah.
And there's like hundreds of these little like wooden
Why are
bendy
you like okay?
things that dig into your skin.
Why are you so dumb?
I don't know.
That is
I
my
wish I knew
only
the
question.
answer.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
What did you do?
I broke it probably. I bent a lot of them trying to get my arm out.
Bro.
But I remember the way that you would get it out is you would put your other hand in, like a little bit, and you kind of like push,
Oh, like wedge
and
it
then
so
you
that-
could like barely get the other one out, and then you could get it.
How do you get fish out?
You just
Or is
open.
it like a latch?
Yeah, it's like a latch. It's like a basket, and the lid has that like thing in it, and you just open the lid. Yeah, or Chinese finger traps, Chinese handcuffs. I had one of those. I broke them trying to get my fingers out, and I
When
was
all you gotta do is
very
press
sad.
your fingers back together.
Yeah, you just
You
go.
just go like, and then you hold it with your other
I
fingers,
watched
and then you
this
pull it out.
video of somebody. It was probably fake, but it was like, it was kind of like the whole like making fun of like dumb blondes, whatever, which totally is, I know very many intelligent blonde people, like whatever.
Yeah.
But it was like, a dumb, quote unquote, dumb blonde, like putting like, it was either a guy or a girl, honestly, I don't remember, but they just did the Chinese finger trap, and they were like they like couldn't figure out how to do
Yeah.
it, and they were just like pulling and pulling and pulling, and like freaking out or whatever. And the person was like literally just pointing your fingers towards themselves and just, yeah, I don't know. I'm like,
Yeah.
is that real though? Like how?
It is. No,
Like-
that's actually how you get your fingers out.
Well, no, obviously, but I mean, like, are there people that legitimately don't know what that is?
I don't know. When I was 5, I could not figure it out.
Like, you're five.
I know. And I thought legitimately that I would have to live with this for the rest of my life. I had come to terms with it until I realized, because like it was like I either live with this for the rest of my life or I break my birthday present, and like we ain't doing that. So I broke it on accident to try to get them out. Because for some reason my mom was like, just like point your fingers towards each other and just take them out slow. So I was like, oh, you.
I'll
mean hold
lose
really hard?
even more of my fingers, Mom.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to be able to see as much of these things as I can for as long
Well, I
as I
still
can.
have them.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of sad. They're broken. I was sad. I was legitimately sad that I broke my Chinese finger traps.
Yeah. Aren't they usually made of like very pliable, like wicker?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, this one was metal. It had little spikes inside.
Yeah, they said it was a birthday present, but it hurt.
It hurt
Anyway.
really bad.
Yeah. Anyway, I think this is ends.
I think this is it.
Episode. This was kind of like it definitely didn't have like a topic, and it was more like a conversation between the three of us telling
But
stories.
it was interesting, especially the whole.
The way we punish our parents.
Yeah, and like let me just cry about these cheese
Yeah.
whales.
If you guys, because like, it can't just be us. Because like we totally, it's not something you can
We
describe.
can't just be weird.
Yeah,
I mean, we are, but
Yeah.
like,
but okay, like
It'd be weird if they were normal people.
yeah, if you think about it, like being
Nobody's
normal
weird.
would be actually like super weird. You know?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
'Cause,
I'm
like,
the one
well, I mean,
normal person
define
in the
normal.
in the world. Great
Define
weirdo.
normal.
Yeah,
Normal
exactly.
is like everybody else, but nobody is like everybody else. So there is
Exactly,
no
yeah.
normal. So even if you were normal, you would be weird, which is normal.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
what is normal?
I don't know. Me? No. I'm not
Literally
normal.
nothing is
Yeah.
normal. There's average, but that's not the same as normal.
That's just the average.
That's just most people do this thing, but that changes. So
And you
Freaking
can't really like determine what's average when it comes to personalities and stuff like that.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
It's only like hair color and eye color and
Right.
pant size, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you guys did that when you were little, and like
I tried to punish your parents.
in the most petty, ridiculous ways,
Stupid.
you know,
One time my mom
for
was
you,
angry at her
I guess.
parents, and so she decided to run away. But she really just hid in the doghouse. And so it shows that her parents would like panic and stuff and like feel bad and stuff.
but they didn't realize she was
They
gone.
didn't even realize she was gone. And she came back in, she was like, I'm back. And everybody's like, what? And she's
Yeah.
like, no.
Yeah, like things that like everybody did was like run away. Even if it was like for 15 minutes.
I've never run away.
I did to the park. It was like 2 minutes away.
I remember
I
I
rode my
did
bike to
one
the park.
time, but I told my parents I wasn't like
I'm
I
running
wasn't-
away.
No, I wasn't even upset. I was like, I want to go on an adventure, so I'm gonna leave now.
It's like,
Yeah,
bye.
bye.
Do you wanna-
And they were like, okay.
Yeah.
And this is when I lived in that one really tiny town where all the time I'd just like
Leave.
walk to my friend's house. Like,
Yeah.
you could walk across town in about 15 minutes. Like, it was
Wow.
little.
I read this book about this kid who got angry at his parents, and he was like, I'm running away. You know, he was trying to get them to be like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, you want us to pack you a sandwich? And he's like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Don't
They're like,
help
how
me.
about you eat dinner first, and then you run away, so you're not hungry. And they're like,
Yeah.
he's like, oh.
Like, okay, that makes sense. Fine.
But yeah, so then I just walked down the street and I was like, wow, it's hot outside. And then I went back inside.
You're like, Mom, can I have a popsicle? My adventure's over.
Yeah. That's like Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah.
That one comic.
Yeah.
Well, this is actually the end of the episode. So, goodbye.